Welcome to online classes. In last class we did the problems regarding find the principal values of the following. Let us continue the problems. Find the principal values. Next question. Cosec inverse 2. Same procedure. What is the procedure? You have to consider let y equal to cosec inverse 2. So if y equal to cosec inverse 2, that implies cosec y equal to 2. Now what is range of cosec inverse? See here, range of cosec inverse equal to closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 minus set containing 0. So this is range of cosec inverse function. So y must belongs to this interval. Now let us check for what values of y cosec y equal to 2. See, cosec positive in first and second quadrant. So for what values of y cosec will be 2? We know that cosec 30 degree, right? Cosec 30 degree equal to 2. So we know that cosec pi by 6 equal to 2. One more value will satisfy this equation is second quadrant, that is pi plus theta, that is pi plus pi by 6. This value of y also satisfies the equation cosec y equal to 2, but this value does not belong to the required range. So we have to restrict the value for pi by 6. So cosec pi by 6 equal to 2 implies pi by 6 will be equal to cosec inverse 2. Now let us verify, is this pi by 6 value belongs to the range? See, pi by 6 means 30 degree. 30 degree lies between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 minus set containing 0. So this is the required principal value where pi by 6 belongs to this interval, that is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 minus 0. So this is a required principal value. Next question, question number 8. Sec inverse 2 by root 3. So same procedure we have to do. So you have to consider let y as sec inverse 2 by root 3. If y equal to sec inverse 2 by root 3, that implies sec y will be equal to 2 by root 3, where y must belongs to the range of sec inverse function. So here what is range? It is closed interval 0 to pi minus set containing pi by 2 is the range of sec inverse function. So y must belongs to this interval. Now check for what values of y sec y equal to 2 by root 3, 30 degree, right? So sec is positive in first and fourth quadrants. So one value of y is pi by 6, or fourth quadrant means angle is 2 pi minus pi by 6, but the required value must belongs to the range. So pi by 6 is the required value. So we know that sec pi by 6 equal to 2 by root 3. That implies pi by 6 will be sec inverse of 2 by root 3, where pi by 6 belongs to the range. Therefore, this is the principal value. So, write homework questions. Cosec inverse of minus root 2 and sec inverse of minus 2. See, to do the principal value or find principal values, first you have to know is the range of inverse trigonometric functions. Next, trigonometric values like sin 30, sin 60, cos 60 degree, etc. And in which quadrant all trigonometric functions are positive or negative, that is sign of trigonometric functions in the 4 quadrants. And if general one value of theta is known, then if the trigonometric function present in the first quadrant, then that value theta remains as it is. If a theta we have to take in second quadrant, then you have to take it as pi minus theta. If it is in third, angle will be pi plus theta, or in fourth 2 pi minus theta. So just remember this. This we have studied already in the first year. Just recall that. So this is regarding principal values of the following. Now let us do other problems. Second set of questions. Find the values of the following. Find the value of following. First question. Tan inverse 1 plus cos inverse of minus half plus sin inverse of minus half. So you have to find the value of this term, that is tan inverse 1 plus the cos inverse of minus half plus the sin inverse of minus half. See, one method is you have to find the value of principal value of tan inverse 1, cos inverse of minus half and sin inverse of minus half separately, then substitute the values in this equation, then simplify and get the answer. So this is the first method. Or you can use property. See here, tan inverse 1 you have to find the principal value separately, but see these terms, cos inverse of minus half plus the sin inverse of minus half, it is same like this, right? Cos inverse x plus sin inverse x equal to what is the value? Pi by 2, where x belongs to closed interval minus 1 to 1. See here, minus half belongs to this interval, so we can apply this formula in the place of this, that is cos inverse of minus half plus the sin inverse of minus half equal to pi by 2, as minus 1 by 2 belongs to the required term. So in the place of these two terms we can write pi by 2, and we have to find the principal value of tan inverse 1, then simplifying the answer. So this is the method. First here we will find the value of tan inverse 1. So I will consider, let y equal to tan inverse 1. If y equal to tan inverse 1, then tan y is equal to 1. Now we have to check for what values of y tan y equal to 1. Tan is positive in first and third quadrant. If y equal to pi by 4, then tan pi by 4 equal to 1, right? Therefore tan pi by 4 equal to 1, or it can be written as pi by 4 equal to tan inverse 1. See here, this pi by 4 belongs to the range of tan inverse. What is the range of tan inverse? It is open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So this is the principal value. What about other value that satisfies this equation? Since tan is positive in third quadrant, y can be pi plus theta. Theta is pi by 4. So pi plus pi by 4 means the value will be 5 pi by 4, but this value does not belongs to the range. So we are not taking that value, only taking the value which lies in the required range. So we got the value tan inverse 1 as pi by 4. Now we will do the problem. Now we have to consider tan inverse 1 plus cos inverse of minus half plus sin inverse of minus half, which is equal to, in the place of tan inverse 1 we can write the value pi by 4 plus, and here which formula we have to use, and here we are using the formula, we have cos inverse x plus sin inverse x equal to pi by 2, where x belongs to closed interval minus 1 to 1. Now we have to use this formula here. So cos inverse of minus half plus sin inverse of minus half, we can write pi by 2. Now simplify this. That is pi by 4 plus pi by 2. 4 is the common denominator, and here it is pi, and here is 2 pi. That is 3 pi by 4. So this is the required value of the following question. So you have to write this term, this method also, this step also. First do this, then do this. So this is the first question. Now second question. Find the value cos inverse half plus 2 sin inverse half. Second question, cos inverse half plus 2 sin inverse half. See, I will consider the term cos inverse half plus 2 sin inverse half equal to, see, I can write 2 sin inverse half as sin inverse half plus sin inverse half, right? So the term can be written as cos inverse half plus sin inverse half plus sin inverse half. Now see the first two terms carefully. It is in the form same, right? Cos inverse x plus sin inverse x equal to pi by 2, where x belongs to closed interval minus 1 to 1. So in the place of this I can write the value pi by 2, and we have to find the principal value of sin inverse half. So I will take this as equation 1. Now First we will find the principal value of sine inverse half. So let y equal to sine inverse half. So let y is sine inverse half implies we can write sine y equal to half. Now check for what values of y sine y equal to half, that is sine pi by 6, right? So pi by 6 equal to sine inverse half, and pi by 6 belongs to the required range, that is closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. What is the one more value of y that satisfies this equation? Sine is positive in both first and second quadrant. So first quadrant means angle is pi by 6, second means pi plus pi by 6, that is 7 pi by 6, pi minus pi by 6, since it is second quadrant, pi minus pi by 6, that is 5 pi by 6. This value does not belongs to this interval, therefore pi by 6 is the required principal value. And also we have the formula. Which formula we have? Sine inverse x plus cos inverse x equal to pi by 2, where x belongs to closed interval minus 1 to 1. Now we have to use this formula and also this value in equation 1. Therefore equation 1 becomes, that is cos inverse of half plus 2 sine inverse half, which is equal to, in the place of cos inverse half plus sine inverse half, we can write the value pi by 2 plus, in the place of sine inverse half we have to write pi by 6. So pi by 2 plus pi by 6. What is the common denominator? 6. Numerator 3 pi plus pi, that is 4 pi by 6 or 2 pi by 3. So this is the required value of, that is cos inverse half plus 2 sine inverse half. Now question number 3, that is tan inverse 2 cos 2 sine inverse half closed bracket. So you have to find the value of tan inverse of 2 cos of 2 sine inverse half. See, first we have to solve this term. After solving this term, we have to solve this one. So first we have to find the value, what is sine inverse half. So I will write solution. So first we will find what is sine inverse half. So for that we have to consider sine inverse half as some y. So let y equal to sine inverse half. So if y equal to sine inverse half, that implies you can write sine y equal to half. So for what values of y sine y is half, where y belongs to the required range, it is pi by 6, right? We already did that problem. Therefore pi by 6 equal to sine inverse half. So we got the value sine inverse of half is pi by 6. Now in the place of sine inverse half we have to write pi by 6. So consider tan inverse of 2 cos of 2 sine inverse half. Now we got sine inverse half value, that is in the place of sine inverse half we can write pi by 6. So it is same as tan inverse 2 cos of 2 into pi by 6. Now close the bracket. Now we will simplify this term, that is tan inverse of 2 cos of 2 pi by 6 means it is pi by 3. Right. Now what is the value cos pi by 3? What is the value cos pi by 3? It is cos pi by 3 value is 1 by 2. So the term reduced to tan inverse of 2 into 1 by 2. So here 2 getting cancelled. What is the remaining term? Tan inverse 1. Now we will find what is the value tan inverse 1. So I will do here. So you have to find the principal value. So let y equal to tan inverse 1, that implies tan y equal to 1. Now for the required range of tan inverse, what is y? For what values of y? Tan y equal to 1, it is pi by 4, right? So tan pi by 4 equal to 1 implies pi by 4 will be equal to tan inverse 1. So in the place of tan inverse 1 we can write pi by 4. So the value of tan inverse of 2 cos of 2 sine inverse half is pi by 4. Next question. Sine of pi by 3 minus sine inverse of minus half. Sine of pi by 3 minus sine inverse of minus half. First we have to simplify this term. Before that we have to simplify this term. See, I can write this term as sine of pi by 3. We know that property sine inverse of minus x is minus sine inverse x. So that minus into this minus becomes plus sine inverse half. So this term sine of pi by 3 minus sine inverse of minus half. If we are applying the property sine inverse of minus x equal to minus sine inverse x, this minus will become plus. We are applying the formula sine inverse of minus x equal to minus sine inverse x. So this is the reason. Now we have to find the value what is sine inverse half. For that let us consider y as sine inverse half. So let y equal to sine inverse half implies sine y will be equal to half. Now check for what values of y. Sine y will be half. It is pi by 6, where pi by 6 belongs to required range. Therefore pi by 6 will be equal to sine inverse half. Now in the place of sine inverse half, we can write pi by 6. So it becomes sine of pi by 3 plus pi by 6. See here, pi by 3 means 60 degree, pi by 6 means 30. So 60 degree plus 30 degree, 90 degree, it is same as pi by 2. So what is the value sine of pi by 2? This value equal to 1. Therefore, the value of sine of pi by 3 minus sine inverse of minus half, this value equal to 1. Right, homework questions. Tan inverse root 3 minus sec inverse of minus 2 and tan inverse root 3 minus cot inverse of minus root 3. Next question. Question number 3. Prove. First question. Tan inverse of 2 by 11 plus tan inverse of 7 by 24 equal to tan inverse 1 by 2. Tan inverse 2 by 11 plus tan inverse 7 by 24 equal to tan inverse half. See the left side of this term, it is in the form tan inverse x plus tan inverse y, right? See, we have the formula, already we studied as one property. We have tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. What is the formula? It is tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus x into y, where x into y is less than 1. Now for the left hand side of this equation, we have to use this formula. So I will consider the left hand term, that is LHS equal to tan inverse of 2 by 11 plus tan inverse of 7 by 24. Now see this term properly. It is same as tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. In the place of x we have 2 by 11. In the place of y we have 7 by 24. Now we will apply the formula. So from this formula, what is tan inverse x plus tan inverse y? It is tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. So tan inverse of x is 2 by 11 plus, in the place of y we have 7 by 24 divided by 1 minus x, again 2 by 11 into 7 by 24. Now we will simplify this. So which is equal to, it is tan inverse of, first we will simplify the numerator part. So here what is common denominator? 11 into 24. I will write as it is, 11 into 24. What about numerator? 2 into 24 plus 7 into 11, right? So this is, if we are taking the common denominator and simplify, we got common denominator as 11 into 24. So numerator becomes 2 into 24 plus 7 into 11. Now we will simplify the denominator part. See, here it becomes 1 minus 14 by 11 into 24. So again, which term will be the denominator? 11 into 24 is the denominator. So 1 into 11 into 24 minus 2 into 7, that is 14. So this is, if we are simplifying the denominator part. Now see, 11 into 24, these terms getting cancelled, right? Now we will simplify the remaining terms. That is tan inverse of 2 into 24, that is 48, plus 7 into 11, 77. And at 24 into 11, 24 into 10, 240, plus 24, that is 264, minus 40. Now simplify this, which is equal to tan inverse of 48 plus 77, it is 125, divided by 264 minus 14, that is 250. So 125 by 250, it is same as tan inverse of 1 by 2, which is the required right hand side. So this is the required right hand side. Therefore both LHS and RHS are equal. That is tan inverse 2 by 11 plus a tan inverse 7 by 24 equal to tan inverse 1 by 2. So here we are using the formula tan inverse x plus a tan inverse y equal to tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus x into y, and then applying the formula and simplifying the term. So we get the answer. Second question. Tan inverse half plus a tan inverse 1 by 7 equal to tan inverse of 31 by 17. See, there are two methods. One, we have to write a tan inverse, 2 tan inverse half as tan inverse half plus a tan inverse half, then apply the formula. Or we have one formula, that is 2 tan inverse x equal to tan inverse 2x by 1 minus x square, where x lies between open interval -1 to 1. So if I apply this formula here, we will get a term like this, tan inverse of some number. If I got that term as some tan inverse of some value, plus we already have the term as tan inverse 1 by 7. So here we can apply the formula tan inverse x plus tan inverse 1 by 7. So here we are using two formulas. That is, first formula is 2 tan inverse x equal to tan inverse of 2x by 1 minus x square, and one more formula we are using is tan inverse x plus tan inverse y equal to tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy, where xy value is less than 1. So first we will solve this, then solving the entire problem. So first we will consider the term 2 tan inverse half. So we have to use the first formula, that is 2 tan inverse x equal to tan inverse of 2x by 1 minus x square. So in the place of x we have 1 by 2. So 2 tan inverse 1 by 2 equal to tan inverse of 2 into x, that is 1 by 2, divided by 1 minus x square, that is 1 by 2 whole square. On simplifying this we get, which is equal to tan inverse of 2 by 2, that is 1 by 1 minus 1 by 2 whole square is 1 by 4, which is same as tan inverse of 1 by, what is the value 1 minus 1 by 4? It is 3 by 4. So 1 by 3 by 4 means it is tan inverse of 4 by 3. So we got 2 tan inverse half as tan inverse of 4 by 3. Now in the place of this term we can write tan inverse of 4 by 3, and then we have to apply this formula. Now consider which term? The given term, that is 2 tan inverse half plus tan inverse of 1 by 7. Already we find the value 2 tan inverse half. What is the value? It is tan inverse 4 by 3 plus tan inverse 1 by 7. Now this term looks like the second formula, that is tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus x into y. So if I apply that formula, it becomes tan inverse of 4 by 3 plus 1 by 7 divided by 1 minus 4 by 3 into 1 by 7. Now we will simplify this, which is equal to tan inverse of, what is the common denominator? 3 into 7, that is 21. Numerator will be 4 into 7, that is 28, plus 3 into 1, 3. Now denominator, again 3 into 7 is the common denominator. Numerator becomes 1 into 21 minus 4 into 1, that is 4. Now this 21 getting cancelled. What are the remaining term? That is tan inverse of 28 plus 3, it is 31, divided by 21 minus 4, that is 17. So this is a required right hand term. So 2 tan inverse half plus a tan inverse 1 by 7 is tan inverse of 31 by 17. So this is the first method. Or you can do like this, 2 tan inverse half, you can write it as tan inverse half plus a tan inverse half, then apply the same formula and we will get the same answer, that is tan inverse of 4 by 3. Then the procedure is same. So write one homework question. Tan inverse half plus tan inverse 2 by 11 equal to tan inverse 3 by 4. So let us do more problems in the next class. Thank you.